Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to all everywhere. I'm trying to get this all set up. I am live in two places today, so let's make sure I can look at everybody. I probably won't be able to read your your questions or comments, but I thank you for being here. Um, Let me see. See, I'm looking for some particular people though. Let me see. Hi. Um, let's see. Mm, all right. I'm trying. Let's see. So we got, all right. Y'all know I don't do too many of these live things, but I'm trying to get more familiar with it, so I am doing the thing. Nevertheless, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much. Again, I'm doing two of them, so please bear with me. I'm really normally I'm doing videos and I just upload them, but I am going to do the forging series we got going on, forging our characters. Um, I'm really just going to go with that. Wait, I didn't. I got with us. Hey. Hey, how are you? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going. So I'm going to thank you for joining. You're so sweet, Ola Malikin. All right. That big old smile you got. I wonder why. Anyway, I'm gonna pull you off and hope you just join, okay? All right. Or you can pull you off. Can you do that better than me? Because I'm still trying to learn how to. Very good. All right. So, nevertheless, um, hi, India is in the house. Nigeria is in the house. And good old USA is in the house. Um, so yes, I'm just gonna move forward. So we're talking about forging through our characters, forging our characters. You know, just like when you're making knives, swords, any of those things, you forge them in the fire. You're trying to get them. You're trying to get them to be sharpened and heavy duty, and you want them to be really good weapons. And so, just like that, we as a people, we want to be really good in our characters. And so, the last time I talked to you about courage, having the ability to do something that frightens you, confronting your fears, your anxieties, the uncertainties. And now I'm going to talk to, I told you I couldn't do that without doing resilience, perseverance, or integrity. And so let's just go over what they are. This will be quick today. And so in the Oxford definitions are resilience, the capability, the capacity to withstand or recover from difficulties. Y'all know I need glasses, but I pretend like I don't. So let me put them on. All right. Any situation. It really just means to spring back. And so what I like to do in some of my workshops, I'm very hands-on. I'm very active. I have a ball here, and this ball, I like to bounce it. I like to let it go. And if I drop the ball, y'all know it's going to bounce back. And so because the ball bounces back, that is what resilience is. That is what we want. And in my workshops, I really go through this a little bit more detail with some flattened balls and kind of find out where you are in your resilience. So the whole goal is that we get to this point. We want to make sure that when we are being stretched, here we are and like a rubber band, and when we are being stretched, life just seems to keep giving us issues after issues. We got relationship issues, we got money issues, we got all kind of stuff going on, and eventually we can snap emotionally. So what you want to do is be able to have that capacity to stand all of these things that we're going through and be able to snap back and repair who you are mentally, physically, emotionally. All right. So, perseverance is doing something in spite of the difficulties, pushing through it. So, no matter what we're going through, we want to be able to push through it. And my little, let's see, do I have it with me? I may not. I do not. So, I can't give you. So in this little tube, this is how I use it for physical therapy. I have lodged my earplug in there. I cannot get my earplug out. So perseverance is pretty much like, this is something I want to get out. I've been banging on the table. It ain't working. So what we like to do is try to get it out. So I'm going to try to stick my Kubotan in there. It ain't working, right? It's not working. So I'm trying to push through the difficulties, but if I try to push this Kubotan too much in there, it's probably going to get stuck. So now I have to try and think of something else. I've got my pen here, so I'm sticking my pen in, and because it's got this tip on there, it's struggling trying to push through. So that's not working either. So I have this nifty dandy, I have no idea what it is. I think it was my cat's toy. And it looks like it can fit through. I'm going to push it through. And bam, my earpiece has fallen out, my earplug. And so that is perseverance. We want to push through whatever we are going through. We also want to have integrity in our character. This is the quality of being honest. This is having strong morals and strong principles and a strong life standards. We want to have this. This means that if I leave the room and you're in the dark by yourself, you are still going to have honesty. Whether you're in the light or in the dark, if the door is open, if the door is shut, you want to make sure that you have the integrity. So being honest and trustworthy is what we want to create in our characters. Now remember that courage is the ability to do something that frightens us. And if you don't have all of these, if you don't have all of these characteristics in part of your character, that's okay. So I'm not going to be here for long. So I'm just going to give you a little bit. If we did the workshop or if I was your life coach, then I would give you a little bit more. So in resilience, that is the capacity to stand and recover, to literally spring back. And so ways that you could improve your resilience, get connected to people who can help support who you are or who you're trying to be. That's like the number one thing that I can say. Find people. If you don't have a lot of friends, find friends. Like having friends are really good. They'll support you, they'll get you through it. And make each day that you have meaningful. Those are really simple things. These are things that you can find on the internet. Just really simple. The other thing is really trying to build your perseverance. Your perseverance is remember pushing through. So doing something in spite of. And one of the ways to build your perseverance is, ta-da, recall the past. So as a therapist, so I'm a therapist as well. And so in therapy, we do something called solution focused therapy. And so that solution focus really thrives on what your strengths are. How did you get through this before? So if you have gone through a breakup and you managed to get through it before, you were diagnosed with a fatal disease or something and you've overcome it, or maybe it wasn't fatal, you had something, maybe it was a simple STD and you've overcame it, you were homeless, you've been lost your favorite job or got kicked out of school, whatever it is, you got kicked out the house, whatever it is, you look back and say, how did I get through that before? Because however I got through that before is exactly how I'm going to get through it again. That's the best way to build your perseverance, is knowing that you can get through difficult times in order to get through the difficult times. And to build your integrity, well, just be honest. Everybody's not honest. So the best way that I can figure out is how to build your integrity really is being honest with yourself first. I know that when we first started this venture, I told you to call up some people, email some people, text some people, and let them know, look, I'm doing this project on me and I'm trying to learn more things about me as a person. You want them to be brutally honest, and you want to be able to look for consistencies. You're supposed to contact about 20 people, 15, 9 at the least, just so you can get some consistencies of who you are. So hopefully you've been working on that in the last 2, maybe this is the 3rd week you're still working on that. Next week we're going to follow up on those things, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do with those things. But um, you want to build your integrity and be honest with who you are. One of the first things is, if you have done the assignment, or if people are constantly telling you that you are controlling or selfish or some of those not so great characteristics, if they're telling you those things, embrace those things and be honest with who you are. The only way to overcome it and forge a better character is to know exactly who you are and to accept who you are. And if you have all these wonderful things about you, you're outgoing and you're beautiful and you're whatever positive characteristics you have, embrace those too, because everybody does not embrace their positive characters. Some people do not see their beauty, do not see their worth. So embrace those things too. Whatever people are telling you, make sure you embrace them. So, with all these things, you have to have courage in order to do all of those things, which brings me back to the last video that says you can't do courage without resilience, you can't do resilience without perseverance, and you can't do perseverance without integrity. You have to have the courage to confront who you are. You have to have the courage to accept who you are. So, little tidbit for the week, go ahead and do something you've never done. Be resilient. Think about the strengths that you have that you have based on the difficulties that you've gone through before. Think about how you push through things and how you can get through the next. And have integrity. Be honest with yourself first. Before we even talk about being honest with everybody else, be honest with yourself. And if you feel that you are already on the track of integrity, fantastic for you. Be more honest, be more open, be more truthful, be more authentic. That is how I end up making videos where someone said, you think you're that honest, you think you're that transparent? And here I am now being very, very transparent. So have the courage to be you and forge through the fire. I love you with all my heart. And until we meet again, bye. Let's see, this one, I don't know how to stop it. This one,